Probably not.
What?
We did.
I don't know.
Oh, my watch says 8:30.
My Verizon is working fine. I don't know.
Too many Facebook.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Too many
Please.
Facebook.
Please.
Too many Facebook contacts.
Yeah, right.
Okay, at the end of this year, I was planning on looking at a new truck, a new brake system and everything. My truck's got 93,000 miles on it, modeled in '09. The spray system was purchased in '04. But the other day I was going to Great Bend and noticed on their lot they had a 2017 F350 with diesel and everything sitting there. So I went and talked to them about it, and they quoted me a price on it. This is what they texted me. And that's what government, with our government rebate, so on. Just to give you they have an XL up there, which, this is an XLT package, it's a better package. They had an XL up there, it was for 54, but it has, the XL has a 3.73 rear end, this has the 410 rear end on it. The only other XLT they had up there was 60,000. And this is just cab chassis, and so I was going to see what you guys thought, because I think I kind of fell into a decent deal now instead of waiting till the end. I got a quote from them. I talked to Fairbank Equipment, who does my sprayer, who builds the sprayer, and they said they could get a sprayer in 3 weeks, and I could have the whole thing, like in a month and a half. So I normally trade in the truck as I do it, but since this would be a little different, I would figure that I would just sell it outright afterwards. See what you guys thought.
How much is the sprayer?
The sprayer will run about 24,000.
That's what the truck is.
Yeah, but like I say, that the sprayer, my own one I bought in February of '04, and well, my whole thought was I was going to go with a bigger. I was going to go with like a 550. This is for a 350. I was going to go with a 550, put a 500-gallon tank on it instead of a 300-gallon tank, figuring it would, I could go further and do stuff. But talking to the guy that built them, said since I do go in ditches and off road, he said you don't want to put that much weight on it. He goes, and the 500-gallon ones, he goes, especially if you get too much, he said you'll ruin your tank, And so I figure I'll go back with basically the same system that I have, just a newer one. Like you say,
I would
that-
agree with you on that. 500, we used to put those in our pickups, like they it's like that.
and that's exactly, because he just looked at me and said, no, you don't want to do that. So
You can get off balance a little bit on the side of the ditch.
yeah, that's
Throw you right out of it.
that's exactly what he was talking about. So.
Not on a pickup.
Like I say, this is the diesel, the heavy, it's the heavy duty suspension, the heavier rear end. And, I mean, you guys probably know price trucks more than I have, if this is a decent deal or not. It's like I say, the only other XLT they had was a really fancy one, it was 60.
How many miles that is?
This is new.
It is.
Yeah, it's a carryover.
That's not bad.
How much revenue is that level?
I had 82,000. This would come up with this, and then with a quote for a flatbed about 4,000. It would come up about 76,000. And then, yeah, with the sprayer, new flatbed, everything, and then I would, like I say, after we sell the truck, because looking on KBB trade-in is like 12,000, and so I don't know, we would sell it outright for it, but sell it, and that would go back into my capital outlay and get me back up to 20,000.
And that truck's at 09?
It's a 10. I bought it in 09, but it's a 10.
It's a 10.
93,000.
93,000. Is that a manual or automatic? So, I would think you probably get more than 400.
That's
I mean, at 9, 10, it's the last year you don't have a def.
right.
I think
That's
those
a
have
big one.
Yeah.
Because that will be something new with this one. Yeah, I happen to use that. And then I also will trade in the old sprayer. I don't think I'll get much for it, but I don't want to mess with it. he talked about putting them on, running and have a rental, but I didn't think that'd be a pain. So I'm trying to trade that in on the new sprayer. Just want to see what you got.
And you said you
This
had,
is the most expensive one. They said they have a PJ, well, they said they have a PJ out there that would work now, which would be a lot less, but Suzette gave me the, she gave me the, she gave me the,
So this
yeah,
won't be,
sunflower.
this won't be the cost?
It should be less. But this is what they had on hand, and they said, so this would be the worst case scenario is 4,100. That's why I don't like it. Because they have a PJ, which is a little cheaper as far as flatbed. Because that's a problem one, that's what I did. It's amazing going through it. The last one I paid for something, when I paid for it 9 years later.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
is that's a dually, isn't it?
This is, yeah, this one will be a new one.
Is your one you have now?
No, it's the same.
Single.
Does it have a bed on it?
No, it's a clap, it's
Really?
cabin chassis.
I figured you'd have to get rid of that.
No, it's just the cabin. Like I say, I just drove by and saw it the other day. I was like, "What's-" and it's not white. Actually, it's white. But it's the what they call it, white gold. Everything in Hamilton County was white. So,
Made Europe self.
yeah. They did ask me why I don't use dye. I was like, I hate to think what that truck would look like if I used
That stuff
dye.
doesn't wash off. It's good,
That's good stuff.
But yeah, I just didn't know if you guys would be interested in doing it now or.
I think if you can do it now, I'm up for it.
So you're looking at the total being 76,000
Yeah.
with the flatbed sprayer.
Flatbed
truck,
sprayer,
And you've got 80.
82 over 82 and capital outlay.
How much you been transferring in your capital outlay over your region? Roughly.
Tried to about 10.
So you'll get that back up pretty good.
Yeah, another 5 or 6 years, you'll have that back up. to
Well, that's the same. Was fortunate. Well, I was down in the mousetrap, a lot of years. So now we're in our good, our nice facility. Which, thank you, I love that facility. And then can go back up. Yeah.
Will you sell your truck on, just trade it in or sell it on for
Whatever
dime or
you
what?
think we get the most money.
Where they going?
Oh, really?
Big iron might be your one.
I had pretty good luck on that one truck. I forget what it was. Sealed bed.
That was purple hazel.
No, it was
Just-
sealed.
Just a sealed bid.
It was,
Oh,
oh,
you
you said
could-
that Ford, whatever, 350 or 250 or whatever it was. Some guy from Nebraska bought it.
Yeah, I think they're pretty more to go. I think I wouldn't want to trade it in because I don't think
Well,
they're
then
good.
you never, yeah, you never. I usually do that just so I don't have to mess with it.
But you want to put it in like they are, or do you want to put the
Well,
sealed bid?
I'd go to see the bid route
Could
first.
you go silk
Because
bid
you
with
can
the
always
reserve?
reject.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Things,
reject.
no.
I'd take the sealed bids first. I think people will want that.
Just remember, it was several thousand dollars more than whatever.
It was, I don't remember the.
Does it have a truck down,
We were
a
all
gas or
shocked.
diesel?
Yeah.
It's a diesel.
Really?
Yeah, I don't drive anything, so
Where's the one
it
in
destroys me
Harrington?
in the big grass and ditches and CRP.
But I wouldn't even, you might have some farmer who wants to buy that with a sprayer.
Yeah. So last truck, well, I traded in and I think
That might be good against
I might even consider
Uh-oh.
it.
That might be a good work truck.
But the spray truck, I mean, the tank and the engine and all that, pumps are good.
Yeah, the fines are just going on 15 years old. And it's a fiberglass tank, square tank. And I don't know, because I just say as much, I haven't had a leak, but it's not a problem. The fiberglass lasts longer than a poly.
So this is kind of off topic a little bit. So somebody like, It doesn't seem like you have the time to spray the township ditches like the townships want to do.
Well, I mean, I can't, in the fall, I have the time, except it's just been the last several been so dry, it would be a waste of chemical.
So
I think.
if somebody like Pokey that has a chemical business, if they bought this truck, they probably already have their, pardon? What's his-
True, it's less.
Yeah,
Darren?
the guy that used to work, that has the pesticide.
Okay, yeah.
That's the only way I know it.
But,
Josh.
I mean, he's got his chemical, or his, I mean, he could, townships could hire him, something like that, to spray the township ditches.
Well, he has to get he's got a 7C, which is a commercial applicator license. He would need to get a right of way,
Or right,
which would be 6 or 9, I think it's a 6. Yeah, you have to, see, because I got in trouble in my 18th year. I got written up by the KDA because I was selling cordon to a township, restricted use to a township, because they went and sprayed their right of ways. And the person I sell to had a private applicator, and it's like, you can't do that. They have to have a commercial to spray the right of way, even in township.
they have to have a commercial flush on it right away?
We have to have a commercial applicator plus their right, plus their right of way. Yeah, and so that's, I was like, well, I've done this for years, I couldn't remember if anything forward.
So the townships go and spray their own ditches are probably not legal on that?
I love the look.
I know nothing.
I said, I quit selling it to them, so that's, I'm legal. I'm legal. Mike, I'm legal.
What?
I'm okay with you pursuing that.
It's not actually.
I think it's an opportunity if you can afford this. I mean, if you're looking at 10,000,
Well, I say it's an XLT, which is, it's a really nice truck. Yeah. Which is,
There's 100 degrees outside.
So how much, since it's a carryover, how much you get off of that?
they took it down to, they didn't put it all on the thing. But yeah, it was less, and then they said it was like, what was it, 6,700 for the governmental discount.
Because I'm sure out here, why is Ryan driving an XLT instead of a stripped down basic? And I can say, well, because it was a carryover. And it was cheaper than a
Well,
stripped
this
down
is-
2019.
there's
Is that right?
listed, suggested retail price of $58,490. And the quote is 48,000, so that's 10,000, almost 5.
The majority of that's part of the governmental.
Yeah, which is what, 8%?
I just wanted a new implement, made in 2015, brand new. Sold, didn't sell for 2 years, they wanted about 15,000 off of it because they had longer life. The longer you can get that radio, the cheaper it is. 2015, it's never been in the field. With brand new.
Okay, Nita said you guys wanted an updated list for the tax sale. So this is a list that's front and back of houses or vacant lots that have 3 years taxes owed and more. Now, 2017 taxes, they won't be delinquent until the second Tuesday in September. Once that Tuesday happens, technically it is sold to the commissioners and those properties could go into the tax sale. I did not include those on here. That would make your list even longer, I think.
So
These
these can all still be paid
yeah,
up till the day it's sale.
correct,
Okay.
In total?
in total, yeah.
And as of September, I mean, when we have our sale this year, will the ones that are delinquent September 2nd, will they go on this list?
They
too?
can, if you guys choose to do that.
What-
It would be, well, sometimes they don't because you have to do the whole abstract, you have to get everything ready, so they kind of wait for those to go like next year. But if you want to do, I mean, I know which ones are still delinquent now. You got over, we got over 583 lines that's going to go into the publication for 2017. But that doesn't mean, they have to at least be, if it's a house, the way I understand it, has to at least be 3 years. If it's a vacant lot, it can just be 1 year and it can go on the tax sale if you want to. And then she broke out the specials just so you guys could see which houses had like specials on them from the city. Which usually they ask to get those written off, but that would be, it's up to the city to write them off, but they would usually go and ask.
Is Warner Adams talking about on this list last week? It was right there by the old gas station when you pull into town. It's on the south side of the street. A bunch of junk stuff. They're wanting to try to get cleaned up. Is that a house or?
It's a house. They keep it
Actually, it's not.
First I understand it's he lives there. Now I can run another report that will show if they're vacant or not vacant. The majority of them, people are living there.
That's pretty on.
The
Which one you told me?
The Diaz one, I think it's all the way back to 2011, that's owed. That's just a vacant lot.
So why hasn't it sold in the last tax sale?
That's a good question.
That's a good question, but I'm not the one to answer that
It's
one.
over in Maxville.
Who one was Husky?
Yeah.
You know where
That one's a vacant lot.
I think she looks like a bush car.
So any of these people come in, tell you why they're not being marked, is there a protest against them?
No, none of them are protested. Now, I know that this one, this guy, he's passed away. And I know that his son, or his stepson, is trying to get a family member, to buy it. But has that happened yet? No, but he emails me kind of to let me know every time. Like, we've sent him a letter, and he's emailed me, and he actually lives in, like, Minnesota. He doesn't even live around here, because we're trying to get his vehicles, too. Now, where's the other one that's talked to me? Yeah, there's this one too, which I'll have to research that, but I think, because that one was in bankruptcy, but I think that's over. This one, yeah, but she's talked to me and she wants to get on the escrow program, but she's never come in and done it.
What's the escrow?
It's the Easy Pay program where that we can set them up to make payment plans, but that does not take them out of the tax sale. It just shows you guys that, hey, they're at least making it in an attempt.
So she should have said.
Shouldn't she pay up before she put her in?
You can, but the problem you run into now is they don't have this to pay. And now there's some that were on your list and they went and refinanced their house and got paid. I mean, there's things for it, but we just offer that so that people can just make payments towards their delinquent
I don't
taxes.
think we gotta be able to go on this road until you're paid up in full.
The one Ryan's talking about is 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
So if he's delinquent
So-
September,
So if he's delinquent
He'll-
in September,
he'll be-
he would be one of those that would be
Okay.
on the list for
Yeah.
September. I didn't include those because now you're talking about,
Hundreds.
you're talking about
That's a bummer.
hundreds
Is that a-
of
yeah,
more.
it's not so bad.
Yeah.
You won't see that.
But still, this list is $153,000. Is that with the specials or without?
That's
won't get
with,
paid
should
on
be
that.
with the specials.
Which one?
So you're talking
You're
about
talking.
what did it change?
And, I mean, if you do 2017, there's another one that I think the city would be willing to help you purchase. And that's the one on 4th Street there that they're coming down. He will be eligible in 2017. That will be 3 years for that.
But I mean, if we're gonna take any of the ones that are gonna be delinquent in September, we gotta kind of take them all, and you just can't hit and miss.
Yeah, usually, like in the past, what would happen is she would make her list, she would give it to the county attorney. The county attorney would decide who he's gonna put in the sale and who he's not gonna put in the sale. And then he would give the list back to her and she would get the numbers ready. That's all I'm telling you guys is that these would be eligible. Doesn't mean you guys have to do it. These would all be eligible for the tax.
When I look, it's like, this last year, I think we sent letters.
We did. We sent letters. Here's the, and then this is the list of the ones you guys sent letters to that still owe.
But some of them paid.
But some of them paid.
Okay.
But this just breaks it down for you, for the list of the people you guys mailed a list to, and you mailed a letter to them, but these people still owe. I mean, some people have taken care of it. I think you got 2 or 3 that came in and took care of it. One sold his,
Wouldn't it be easier just to put it up for sale?
I've never done the wholesale part. I've only made
Yeah, I'm kind of
lists.
new to, this kind of
Where
new to
you
me.
got 42 parcels.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I mean, it looks to me like you ought to just clean them all up.
I would, well, and I would
I mean, I don't
definitely
think
think,
you
I
just
would
send
definitely
letters.
think if, I mean, I would like to see it, like you guys just have 3 years. These are the ones that have 3 years. These are the ones that have 3 years. But these that have, you have one that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, if you count 2017, that they haven't. So you have that one that has 7 years that haven't paid you back.
That's great.
That,
I would like to see the list, just like every 3, you guys should have a list of 3 years. These are the 3 years that are delinquent. You guys decide, okay, well, we're gonna do it, or no, we're gonna wait.
So I mean, it sounds like if we put all these up for sale, I mean, in 17, it sounds like we got a lot more than we want to.
Well, typically once you publish it, people can get paid.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know why you send them a letter. Because they're gonna ignore that, and then they're gonna come in 2 days before the sale and pay it off.
Well, we got it.
Well, I don't know how, I mean, this list here is the people who still haven't paid after the letter. There isn't a list of who got the letter and did come in and pay.
No, I mean, I
So
can
that
go
letter may have
through.
spawned this many people to come in and pay.
And I guess if you can just send a letter, because, I mean, you've got to go through, is there quite a bit of stuff that you have to go through on these properties to get them ready?
Yeah.
For sale, yeah.
publications and everything.
Yeah.
Publish.
Yeah, it's a project.
So it's a lot easier just send out a blanket letter.
35 cents stamp.
I don't have a problem seeing that.
So should we get a letter, try to send out a letter real quick and tell them this property will be sold?
Okay.
I mean, I don't know quite how the procedure goes.
What do you wait until September?
Well, you can, I mean, you can always send this one, if you guys wanted to send this one, and then I can generate another list, and we could cross-reference to the ones that, okay, it's September 1st, you guys will be eligible for the next tax sale, maybe not this tax sale, but you guys have this date.
All
It's
these,
all to you guys, or we send one mass letter out in September. But it depends on when you guys have the tax sale, so you have to give them, I think last time we gave them 2 months or something to come in and take care of it.
September.
September. End of November, have you say?
I mean, I don't know how long it takes to get all the stuff done. for-
Well, you have to do the abstracting and all that.
Yeah, it takes a while.
I mean,
I was thinking,
I
I,
normally do it in January.
yes, because I remember Joe held over and.
Yes, ever.
I think it'll give you time to wait till September and send out a mass
Generate
letter.
enough.
so you think that'd give you enough time if we waited until September and sent out the letters then?
Well, my suggestion would be on this list, to send a letter out now, and then when we find out in September, send the letter to the other. But this
42
list,
partials.
but
send
this
letter.
list I would do now, and then I'll actually, Mary and I'll start kind of
Yeah.
ramping
And
up to get it
the
started.
figures
so
on
that-
those are to September 4th, which is the second Tuesday in September. I mean, it's,
September 4th?
I mean, the first Tuesday.
Oh, I was gonna say.
That's the next, that's when the 2017s become delinquent, that's the date. So that's the date I used on those.
By saying that you have to update the abstract, is it just purchase and title?
I think so.
That's not.
But I mean, you guys will, on your letter, will it state that you need to come in, or just that they need to get paid by September, or what?
I would say that maybe you're paid by September 4th. And then.
But I think
because-
why Mike wants to send out the letter now is so that if they haven't, you might as well get started on it.
Yeah.
Or you can send the letter out and have it due at the end of August, or give them 2 weeks. I don't know. You can still use that amount, because the girls know that,
Yeah.
that includes the another round of publication fee. I mean, that includes all the fees all the way up till the 4th, so then that way, if you send the letter out saying that it needs to be paid by August 31st, you know that it's gonna cover whatever is in there. Or I can do another total for you.
I mean, I would think that if Mike wanted to send the letters out, you gotta send the letters, and if you want to do it, pay it within 2 weeks. I mean, at least that gives you an idea of who's serious about paying it.
August 15th is a Wednesday. Or I could do August, let's do 13th, that's a Monday, that's to be paid by Monday. 5 p.m.
You're making noises, Peter.
No, I was just looking at the abstract fees we paid in the past. Then we paid 3,800 for abstract fees.
Jeez. What's that?
Yep,
Yeah.
they tore it down and assessed it to this tax.
That's pretty good for you.
Yep, no.
Well, it's like this one in Hudson is 13,000.
That's another thing, they tore a building down and assessed it to those taxes.
Is there any way that you could kind of assist Mike as far as going through the list and saying, you know, like I don't see this guy here where his
His son.
son from Minnesota or wherever, I don't see that. I mean, could you kind of help Mike as far as saying, these people aren't going to pay? I mean, this one that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years behind, I don't see that paying. You know, I mean, you know the ones that usually, I mean, I imagine there's people on this list that have been up for a tax sale and pay at the last minute. Because I mean, I kind of hate to see, you know,
I would almost say that small list that I gave you, you already mailed them out a letter. So I would almost say, they've had, because you mailed that letter out, like in like in October, November, and they still haven't come in to pay. So I would almost say they're probably not going to pay. I mean, I don't know. You
Right,
can
but I
send
think we
another
still
one.
need to send a letter.
Yeah.
We
you
need to
would
treat
send-
everybody
You have to
send them
treat
another
everybody
one.
the same.
But I would say those would be the ones,
the problem children.
probably, if I had to narrow it down.
I mean, I don't really have an idea how long it takes Mike to get, per parcel to get ready, but the ones aren't gonna pay, you might as well do this first.
I know in the past, it's a matter of waiting on the abstract.
But
If you give an abstract or 40-some parcels, it takes a while.
who uses that?
Last week, the Stafford County abstract office, that's not going to happen. Yeah, Sandy, who does she work for?
Which one?
Sandy.
Is that First American? There's First American Thailand.
There's one down at Pratt too.
Yeah, they're out of Pratt. Because Perla lives here.
Yeah.
I think that's First American Title or
We've never
something.
used them for the tax sale.
I just know Perla lives in Long's old house.
And then there is,
But I think
there are
that's
guys working out of Angel office.
Yes,
I don't know what.
security. That's
21st
security.
century.
Security title or something. Yeah. And so, but I would recommend, I think.
What I would do is put it out for bids.
Yeah.
And I know we used to do that. We're giving you a chance to bid on 42 parcels or whatever.
Now,
and
is
keep
there
it honest.
some of the cities mowing charges and?
That's the specials.
Yeah.
That's
Specials. There's
written
nothing
in
on-
the column. I had Danny
Yeah.
write those on the column. That's what the
There's not a whole
specials
lot
would be.
on this one.
Those would be what we would go ask the city if they would take those off if we put it in.
So there's no mowing charges and,
If it doesn't have anything
Mostly
next to
demo
it.
charge.
It doesn't look like it on this list.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because, 1 year we had
Oh,
several $1,000s.
Typically, the cities are pretty good about waiving
Let's say, like this property where it's got a demolition of $44,000. They don't pay their taxes. Oh, the people that buy the sale have to pay that.
Yes.
Oh,
Unless they
those.
forget.
Well-
But the city will probably forgive that.
In
They
general,
usually forget.
like us over
They
there, we had like
typically-
mowing charges. We would forgive the mowing charges as long as we could get back into
Get
the
it
tax
back on
roll
it.
to a person who would pay their taxes.
Right.
We would just forgive those. We do that all the time. Man, it's something we put on.
And your address is going to be right down the town green.
That's probably because, see, the tax unit's over here. So,
I didn't even see
so
that.
What is that?
one is, and I should probably make you a key. One's Hudson. 2 would be Maxville. Yeah, 2 is Maxville. 4 is Radio. 6 is Steph. 7 and 8 are is St. John. It just depends on which side of First Street you're on. If you live on the which side of
And these were sent in a letter this year.
Those were sent a letter.
Do you know what day that, or, the time that they were supposed to pay has already gone by?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Towards the co-op. 008 has a higher number than 007. Well, I'm just saying they're the rich, it's the rich side.
No.
That's the
We're
rich,
with you all day.
that's the rich side.
No, it's not.
Normally,
They have to
normally if
pay.
they're close to the tracks, that's.
South side of the trail is all down that hill.
It's just someone else's.
Snark, you're up the hill?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
So what district you play in?
That is right, it's the difference between Ohio
That's a
Township and
higher
St. John.
township.
Stuff out in the county, I mean, what would Clay fall under? Where he lives up there?
His taxes?
No.
It would be his tax, it would be,
Oh, his
he would,
number?
his number would be totally different.
I don't know, we have a
Yeah.
map.
If you want the map, I can give you the whole map.
Yeah.
It even has our key on it, so the girls know if you're on this side of the street.
Oh,
That's out,
okay.
that's out.
That's it. Okay.
But if you want to know exactly,
So this one,
So you would be a 112.
yeah.
that's why I didn't put the county tax rates. But we have a whole key if you want.
That'd be interesting, to put that one up for sale.
Actually, I think we could do,
What?
I'm in the Atlanta.
Since we've done the show, it wasn't so good.
Very nice.
Be sure to do some.
I'm sure Rachel would appreciate it.
I could probably pull it. If you really want it out.
That would be this
She
year.
keeps the records of all that.
Oh, you said 2 is Maxwell.
She should be next
So
to
that-
it.
So there's ministries.
What?
That's all I'm
Oh, yes, that's Maxwell. And Maxwell's fine.
That's an old church.
Overbees would be, he has
Is
a
that
church
church?
and he has his
I
house.
might be able to use on there
Hold
sometime.
on, I brought him up.
That'd be his buildings downtown, correct, probably?
Probably.
There's not sure, so it's never has been.
Something North Main Street.
It's,
It's not that one.
It should be a tour block in North County.
it's lot 16 and 17. There's one. So the one, block 16, it just says 0 North Main Street.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It has something on it, the building's worth 34. It's crazy. 34.
Find it interesting.
Which one is this?
Well, he has the old motor shop.
On the corner,
Yeah.
Weagle Mower Shop.
Wait, it used to be the old Waverly building. He has that across the street, that's the old theater area. And those places next to, all the way up to the city building.
Okay.
Post office to the city building, it's him. Then you go down to the VIP center, old lumber yard, empty lot Brian's, and all that stuff back behind is all his too.
He has the old lumber yard?
Did you say that?
DOC.
That's not it.
So were you saying that was the old lumber yard? Is what this one is?
Well, just his property, I'm not sure which ones it be, the old Wiggly building, where you see the diamonds, or the Wiggly Mower on the corner,
Yeah.
beside the Minister Chapel.
Yeah.
He has that, and it used to be the old theater from the post office to the, back to the city office. He has those buildings there too. And then the old lumber yard.
So will he come in and pay his taxes to us a little bit?
We'll do it at Texas.
So I'm saying,
Go buy it back. Tax sale for a discount? Maybe somebody will show up surprising.
Is that a mortgage company?
Yeah,
That's
a
why.
mortgage company.
It's out of Zolas.
Oh, right.
yard,
Yeah.
he once it goes to sell.
So once it goes to sell.
Once it goes to sell, you cannot repurchase your own property back. So they get-
Yeah, the owners don't pay.
There are other people, and then that's
And you can't you can't have an agent buy it for you either. And you give it back to you, that's against the rules also.
Oh, yeah, and if you have back taxes, you can't.
Then you can't purchase it.
There's some sort of guys come in that one.
Oh, yeah. It's just a game.
Stalls,
Yep.
It's nothing to do with that.
It's frustration on this thing.
I'm a little concerned about the escrow
the EC pay, I only have one person on it so far, and she doesn't have 3 or 4 years worth of back taxes.
But you were clear with them though,
Yeah, it's in the contract, and it says even though you make payments per statute, doesn't eliminate you from the tax sale.
I just don't want some unhappy people that
No,
know my
it's-
property's
it's
going
in
for
the-
sale, I've been paying.
It's in the contract that we give them, and then we say that when they come in, that you realize even though
So
you make payments.
on this escrow, I mean, isn't it basically if they have $1,200 a year taxes, they have $100 month payments?
Kind of, yeah.
So if they're making the payments, they shouldn't get arrears, should they?
Well, no, but if you don't get it paid off by the time the tax sale comes up, you guys can still say, hey, I mean, if you owe like 4,000, but that person can only do $100, they're not gonna get paid that off in a whole
Okay, so
year.
these are people that
So-
started when they're already behind.
Yeah, so they start, but if you, like, we can do it, really, I only have one that's doing it for delinquent, everyone else is doing it for current or motor vehicle to prepay their motor vehicle.
I mean, do you think that if they're behind, that doesn't go up to us?
I think she's like 1 year behind, she's just trying to get it caught up.
But
And
as
then
far as
usually,
for new people.
yeah, and then
Well,
usually what we do is once we get you started with us pulling it out, then we just usually say, well, don't you want to just keep continuing it, so then you're current, and we just have it. Usually, it's just a way of getting them into getting used
Do
to
you think
it.
we could get caught up with it?
So
Come out in.
let's say somebody who's got on this program in 2016, it's 16 taxes.
Okay.
Do you require them to pay the 17 taxes timely and keep making payments on 16? Or do they just get further and further behind the
Yeah.
8 ball?
No,
So
You
you
have
gotta,
to.
you gotta stay current,
and we'll
Now-
help you with the back.
we'll work with you on the back. Okay.
As long as it's not a way that they can just keep dragging it down a little farther.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. And this was one that was on it before when no new people, no new prior. But I do know that the prior treasurer, she tried if you were, and I was telling Nita, if you were 3 years behind, even though you weren't eligible for the tax sale, she would try to say, well, you had to at least pay these 2 years. I'm not gonna, usually what you can do is you can pay 1 year at a time. You gotta pay this year, you gotta pay this year. But when she get so far behind, then it's like a whole cycle. So she would say, you owe me, you gotta pay these 2 years, get these 2 years caught up, and then try to stay caught up. Or sometimes she would say, no, you gotta pay all 3 years, or otherwise we're gonna be right back here having the same conversation next year. It's just a vicious cycle. Usually the people that use the Easy Pay are doing it in advance. And you can do it for your taxes, and you can do it for motor vehicle. So then that way you're not hit, like I'm hit in May. Because I have taxes, and I have car tax, and I have all the high school graduations, and a couple of birthdays.
My birthday.
I got.
Oh, by the way, happy birthday.
Yes.
You thought I forgot.
He seems so enthused.
Today's your birthday?
Today's his birthday.
It's better to have
Yeah.
one.
This
Now,
year.
That is amazing.
It's better to have one.
Yeah, both of you got birthdays today.
Did anybody make you a cake or anything?
So if I come in and I haven't paid 2012, can I get on easy pay?
Well, it depends. Are you gonna pay me
No.
the whole thing by September 4th? Not for.
I don't blame you.
But I could get on
totally get
easy
it.
pay for
I don't have to get up at 5:30.
2018.
They want you, well, once you paid all those other ones
Yeah.
off. Yeah,
And
once
then I'd be
you become
qualified for
current,
the current
then
year.
you can pay it. Or you could put all 4 years up if it's gonna get paid off, like if you get paid off in 6 months, then I would sign you up to pay all the years off and then keep going for the current.
This one here, let's get a 3450 assessment for groundwater. What's that?
We assess groundwater management charges every year.
On there, get a grant?
Irrigated, dry land.
Domestic.
They, well, back everybody.
even domestic.
I just never noticed that before.
Your taxes paid.
No, I would say the ones he's sent in the letter to, I probably would not set them up on Easy Pay, because there's no way they're gonna get them paid off by the second Tuesday, or the first Tuesday of September. Usually I pass it off to Mark.
So our last tax sale was 2 years ago.
January of 7.
Yeah.
So we would have one in January of 9.
And we had something like 18 parcels.
Something like that.
Yeah.
There was a bunch more, but they paid a bunch of them. Remember that, almost half of them go away before the sell day.
Your auctioneering skills.
Did it last time.
Been doing it, unfortunately, been doing it for a lot of years. I'd much rather do these tax sale ones than actual ones where they're selling off
Yeah, I
full
understand.
ground from.
I have a box.
Oh, yeah,
I sure do.
Oh, yeah, I'd rather do
Just-
these.
I think
And everybody's
the
mad
hard part
anyway.
is that-
Everybody's mad. Yeah,
Can't
that's
we
right.
abstract them or pretty well?
You have to abstract all this process.
Well, we could send a letter to 3 or 4 and say, accepting bids on.
That's it.
Put it on the list.
When you do something like that, you can do it at a time, for so many parcels, but they would have to have a timeline, they would have to be, if
Yeah.
your bid acceptance done by this
Usually-
certain date, so you have plenty
Yeah.
of publication time,
You
you
have
have
to
to do
give
things
them
like that,
parameters.
an idea when it's done.
Because I know that was a problem that happened.
So at what point does it actually come to the county's property?
The first Tuesday in September.
So do we actually go
It
in and
gets
file a
sold
deed?
to the commissioners and you guys can sell it.
So is there actually a deed filed with the?
No,
Technically, according to statute, you own that property.
all these are your guys'.
Because I haven't figured that.
Right. And it's our decision to keep or.
It's your decision to have the tax sale or to let them keep piling up or sold, get it back on the tax rolls. In the past, sell, we buy it. Remember all that property we had?
And then we gotta pay for the loan and everything else.
We don't do that.
I don't think we want to.
What do you do if it doesn't sell? Just
Somebody
leave it in
will buy
that
it for a
person's?
buck.
Okay. So you don't put minimums on it?
No.
You guys
Yeah.
We
did,
used to.
you did one year and nothing
And
sold.
that was the problem.
Thing was
And I bought a
But
piece of
now,
property for
if you buy it for
$1
$10,
and
it's yours.
You did one year, because I remember you did one year and nothing was sold, because you said the taxes.
Get rid of it.
Was
get
the
it back on
minimum.
tax roll.
You had to pay the
Yeah.
taxes, that was the
So since we
minimum.
own some of this property, can we just go start parking county equipment on it, stuff like that? Encourage them to.
Get a bunch of old tires.
Looking for a new dog kennel. They got a fence around the yard, you just throw them in.
And then Herman must work for
She works for First American. I don't think that's.
You just want me to do like a 60-mile radius around here, just any abstract.
I just know Pearl lives here. And
Yeah.
she moved here because they were doing so many.
They do a lot.
I wouldn't think you'd be obligated to go to the most bid, I mean, whoever you have the best people for.
Well,
You should put in how fast they could get them done.
and they had this for the old.
Well, I'm gonna put in that we're anticipating a January
I think
19th
they're out of
tax
that.
sale.
First of the year.
If you can,
Get them done.
The one next door?
if you don't think you can get it done,
Across
then
the street?
No, it's not your Wichita.
It's,
They're from, two guys who were telling me.
That's real quick. But I think their home office,
Todd Brown.
I think their home base is out of
The
the
guy across the
That's what I
street,
thought too.
Todd Brown had something to do with
I don't know.
that. Todd's dad used to have Reno County Abstract Title for years and years. Charlie Brown.
Well, they still have it.
Yeah, because he
Right.
comes, it's a guy that comes down.
Fine, Todd.
I don't know who it is.
I don't, I just know what he looks like. Okay, cool. Cool beans.
I've had several people last week when they were gonna start working out here on the roundabout, and I told them I didn't know whether they were gonna do that, whether the bids were gonna be done October 1st, or whether they were gonna start working on
They
it.
moved it back to January of 2019.
Really?
Took that sign out because it was in
So they,
But they've already
They
started
moved it back
moving the
to
fences back.
from October to January now?
Yeah,
Really?
January of 2019.
Is when they let the bids.
When you say let the bid, is that when the bids are put out, or when they are supposed to begin?
The work will probably be done this next spring.
What do I have a delay? Money? Well, if there is this problem, like they're spending money, and they're gonna have to turn the money back to the Fed.
He didn't say, he just said, I said, how's that coming? He said, oh, we moved it back from October to January.
I make a motion to approve the minutes for July 18th meeting.
Moved and seconded, we adopt the minutes of July 18th, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Tax roll corrections.
Sorry?
And moved and seconded, we accept the tax roll corrections, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
The name's just, I don't know, they're out. So I'm not sure. Yeah.
Which
John? I think they've done, they've drilled a lot of
Heard the name, but I just can't think of it.
I think it is what's going on.
250 North Water Street, 300, Wichita.
So anything new on Sheriff's Department?
The only thing I had to address with you, there's, I guess, a new state statute that was passing for fingerprints being done by healthcare workers, rest home, hospital, or anything else starting, I believe it was this month. In the past, we've never charged a fee for doing fingerprints. We've always just done it. Some places do charge a fee because, like, the teachers were supposed to do their fingerprints and everything else. Then we're supposed to do the paperwork and mail it in and everything else for them. They pay their fee to the state. Of course, the state's going to get their portion. We've never charged a fee. We were thinking about, I talked to some sheriffs don't do it. Some sheriffs do up to $20 a person. We were thinking like maybe charging a $5 fingerprint fee just to handle the processing and pay for the postage. It would probably happen soon. Just want to be aware. We're not charging yet until we get a letter out to all the schools and everything else. And like that. It's going to be always been done. We charge you just like a little $5 processing fee. Handling fee, I guess is more quality.
So you're gonna fingerprint everyone or ones who have not been?
It doesn't really state for sure how they're going to go about it. I mean, it was just another one of these little legislative bills that were passed to take place now, but no one's quite sure how they're going to do it. But KDHE and everybody else, they have their own fees that they charge and everything else, but they don't do any of the work. They don't do a fingerprint. It's sent to them, and we have to do it all and send it to them. So
The state loves to pass that stuff down.
Do you keep the $5 fee or do you have to set the bid?
if we charge a $5 fee, we'll keep it, it'll be just our processing hand. And we're, like some places, the teachers have never done it before, it'd be something to do. That's the reason probably keep it just low as could be. It doesn't take that much, but like I say, you still have to do postage and everything else and send it out.
So you still use the ink and?
You can use the live scan. Some of them are better on live scan. I'm better on ink. In the live scan, I can do them in just a few minutes on the ink compared to live scan. It takes me 10 minutes or 15. Because
So is it
as you
one
do them,
print?
it rejects them, and then you have to keep at it until if I'm the accept them. I can do them on ink and get them accepted the first time.
So you do all 10 or just?
Do all per 10,
And
four fingers together. That
Really?
yeah.
Phone print too?
No, only on different crimes. You do palm prints and everything else on it. Here, it's just basically what a standard print will be. And just in case it comes up and they're wondering, it's just we'll try to explain it to them with the new law being able to finally have to pass this on to their office.
You'll get more and more of that stuff from the state, you might as well cover your
The state
expenses.
doesn't mind enabling all these bills and stuff, and they'll have a fee for it. But they don't care about how you, what you do. I mean, they're requiring you to do it, but
Exactly.
But you're the one people are gonna get mad at when they have to pay $5.
yeah.
I know, it's the state.
Do you have any equipment you need to get rid of?
Yeah, there's a few things. We'd like to get that motor home gone until they figure out who actually owns it and everything else that's out there.
You mean that trailer or the mobile home?
That mobile, well, that fifth we like.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is. Something about something about some of the stolen property. This person owns it or what, or we're not really sure who owns it, so we can come get the thing, but we have some old recovered property that we've never been able to find bins and everything else on.
So what point do you just say I tried, can you get rid of it?
Well,
You got
that's what I
it?
need to get, I'll have to get together with Mike and find out, because we can't find bins. I think they've been removed. We have no idea. And we've had them several years, and I mean, we blood crawled underneath them over and everything. And then some equipment just doesn't have it. We've got like a Kubota that hooks to a small Kubota tractor, and it's the trencher, not the trencher, but the backhoe arm attached to it. Little box leveler and things like that. It's either from this area somewhere or it's out of Oklahoma. It's where we had that big theft ring years ago with Case. It was all back when Joe was still here. And if we can't find it, I'd like to see if we could just go ahead and surplus unclaimed property and get rid of it, because we do have that big fifth wheel equipment trailer that will haul. Fair size tractor. Yeah, so I'd just like to see, Bill would like to see it gone, so.
So I mean, is that deal where you just post it in the paper, put it up for sealed bids if you can, or how do you gotta get rid of it?
That I don't know, since we don't have any bans or anything else on it, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we'd have to have some kind of a, probably a quarter
Yeah,
of
we
time
just
over
have
to
to
it.
seal it.
I mean, like on a piece of equipment, stuff like that, I mean, like that old backhoe, you know, it wouldn't have a title on it.
Yeah.
Your trailer would. You'd have to come up with a title on it. But if the VIN's off of it, I don't know how you do that. I mean, you can't put a title on it, and else it's got a VIN.
Can't
KHP
KHP
can
assign
retitle
or tie up the.
Rebid them.
So I mean, it's
I'm
just
just
grab,
after-
come out, and punch a VIN number into it.
It would, yeah, and they have to come out Wichita.
Yeah.
Or, well, bring it to us, and I just don't know how that would work, so. We have, that's the only thing I know that we probably have to have a bid it on.
What do you think the VIN number is going to take off that trailer?
We can't find it where it should be and everything else, the plates, there's no plates or anything else.
People that would buy that probably know how to do that, just sell it as it is.
And then Philip has some stuff?
This was down on his lot, so I know he would
I
like to
know we got
probably
the
see
old
it
van
on.
out there too to sell.
We have the old
And
man.
then health department, they still has their location. They live right.
On that trailer from the fire department,
Yeah.
they've got back, I can feel so.
Bill, I
Fuel
think that's
trailer or
what you said.
something.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And we have a mower.
Yeah, we need to do something. Should I just put an ad together for sealed bids on all this
Yes.
stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Get me your info.
Get you the info on
And then
Ryan out there.
Ryan's truck.
We'll do that separate.
And, yeah.
You want to talk to Chavez though and see what would have to
Find
do about
out.
that bin and stuff?
If we have to bin it before we can sell it,
Let's see if the farmer buys you know, okay.
talk to Shaw about that.
It's a big trailer, I think.
And he just wanted sealed bids, the old van out here and the, was it Blazer? Is sealed bid all that? Cause I don't think that Blazer was.
The health department. You're right. Make sure I'm in charge of get rid of it.
They don't use it, yeah, that was. Okay.
You got some little voting machines you wanna get rid of?
Destroy it.
Like slot machines.
Yeah, right.
Embarrassing when he's climbed down the first store.
Mark my word, I'm glad we used to do that.
All right.
Before we close out, adjourn, I got a question on this, that, on the budget.
Okay,
On our general, I mean, that's basically all the courthouse, and all like the health insurance and stuff like that. Where that went up basically 82,000. The majority of that was the cushion we put in there for the health insurance. Everything else looked about the same, you know, 33,000 for the new ambulance, the 9,000 to bring up the cash, and Brian's auction suite. But then on the appraisers, it's up 17,000.
well, see, he increased it to 9,000 for his. And then we had a little extra, so she put an extra 8,500 in there to build up his reserve.
Capital outlay, okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And that, we'll publish that budget next week.
So are we about done with the stack of budgeting stuff here?
Yeah, I can get rid of it.
I'll take it.
I have my
Put it in
copy,
the-
but
I've got a box at home.
that's
I'm
very
gonna
for
put
the
on some, because I
budget.
might want to look at it
Your
later.
box will get redone.
The budget hearing will be August 15th.
We didn't believe how many were. I've got a whole cabin full of that outside, full of stuff. I think it's like,
At some point, you come to the realization you might not need to go back. and look
Well,
at
I
it.
mean,
There is a drawer over here.
I keep a copy too, so if you can't find yours or something.
that's what you're gonna find out. You'll find a copy right here if you want to recall whatever. It is kind of interesting to go back and look at some of that stuff from 5 or 6 years ago. Say, I can't believe we're doing copies.
Well,
Oh, how did the pipe thing go?
it went great.
Haven't heard any
3
stories.
pies.
Three.
Three? So you each got one?
That's exactly right. If we'd had 2, we'd been in trouble.
Yeah.
I learned something. Evidently, if you want to win, you just got to make something. Because these two are very favorable towards me.
So were there any weird reason, something?
Current. It's actually all right.
I took it on. It was good.
Really?
Yeah, it's good.
Who got the peach? You?
And the peach
See,
pie.
next year you'll get the peach pie because you'll get the cherry.
Oh, really?
You get first choice.
Yeah, Jeremy gets first
I
choice.
wondered why you just went up there and grabbed that. So I'm taking. All
Peach pie
right.
tasted the best that we got last from the judges because we didn't see it because it fell in.
It was.
But that's the one
It
you
was
got.
a sour cream peach.
We picked last place pie.
Yeah.
Judges
Really?
And
on taste.
the winner was an apple pie. It was from a former judge. Thank you.
It was beautiful. I mean,
She very simple.
So did you get yours all eaten by the time you got home?
I didn't even really get a piece of mine.
Was it hot over there?
They went outside.
Outside.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
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 what?
picnic.
Good. Ice cream?
No,
That was the night, no.
I do think.
Why don't they do the ice cream
They,
social?
they
They
did, they did last year.
Oh, last year.
Yes, and we all had a cup of ice cream. So
Maybe they
this-
thought that threw off your
Yeah,
judging
yes.
skill.
And so they had it the next night, Friday night.
Maybe we should just take our own ice cream next year.
no,
Well, and the judge said something, said, do I see a container of ice cream on there someplace?
should have my balls on.
But, yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of slim.
Well, we don't make ice cream.
well, there's something.
You know, it's been years and years since I've been at Forgersville. I mean, back when I was a kid, like that thing used to be full on one end of the other displays and stuff.
It's,
Everything from carpentry projects to.
it's,
But it's surprising, though, they, on the parade, that one, that Corn Valley, had to have 2 trains.
yeah, maybe, I'm sure.
And, but I guess overall, it's statewide, members of 4-H clubs have increased, they're not decreased. They did for a while, and so I don't know, it's,
You know, when they were talking about the extension offices, you know, merging several counties together, I mean, the only plus sign to that I can see is that you could, and nobody wants to give up their fair, but like have a rotating fair. I mean, to where the kids go and you get to interact with 200 other kids that you don't interact with all the time. Because I mean, when I was in the fair, it's a big deal. There's 75 or 80 kids over at the fair every day.
It's even bigger.
Somebody always got to run the horse thing. I remember when you did.
Oh, yeah.
Real. Oh, really.
speaking of,
Remember when
I could have been annoying when I was a little kid.
He
but
probably
they-
was really.
Rick McCullough had shoulder length there. Remember that? You don't.
No, I don't.
He had shoulder length there. He got cut.
Oh, really?
With cattle clippers. About 5 guys took him down and cut his hair. Unbelievable.
did,
I won't tell you who. I don't think they're buddies yet to this day. Rick took it like a man. He didn't even.
Did
He was outnumbered.
Yeah.
did the weather station get moved?
Yeah, I don't think.
Never heard a thing from him. I got a guy coming at 10:30 to look at my piece of equipment from Colorado. I mean, get out.
Anything else? You done? You done?
Yep.
We're adjourned.